Okay, MCP. So here we have a workflow that is an MCP client node that then tries to invoke a prompt node. The prompt node will either do an action or will exit. The action will go to the execute action node to actually invoke the action, and then we'll loop back to the top if we had to invoke an action, and otherwise we'll exit. The MCP client node is an MCP client here where we invoke GitHub's MCP servers. We're going to use GitHub as one of the MCP servers here, and we will connect to it here and return the tools, map the tools into our syntax. So yeah, and let me go back to the workflow. Then my prompt node, it's just a simple system message. You will manage the GitHub's account on behalf of the user, getting the query from the user input, and then throwing in the chat history that we will build up over time. That chat history we get from state. And in particular, notice how we're extending ports here on a prompt node. And we're invoking action if our first result's function call. We're invoking the exit if the first result is a string. You'll notice that in all these, I'm putting this thinking output, and notice that you can just extend inline prompt node outputs to do whatever you want. But yeah, so each of these nodes, I have a thinking output to debug here as we go. The execute action node is simple. We add the function call to chat history. We'll have to clean that. We'll have to clean that syntax up. We invoke again. We invoke the MCP server, but this time just to call the tool that we were given from the model, and then we'll say that the thinking will say that we executed. Let's say tool call. Let's just say executed tool. And then we're going to exit here when we're done. And yeah. Oh, and I guess I'll just talk about what chat.py will do. It's just going to while loop over here, through it, and call our workflow, filtering just for our fulfilled events. So both node fulfilled and workflow fulfilled. We're just simply grabbing the workflow and sending it inputs. Okay, so let's ride. Here's the prompt. When was the last time I merged commit for the Vargas Jr. project? So we're asking tools, blah, 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 get me, and then boom. So let's talk through here. Yeah, so it retrieved 30 tools from the MCP server. It passed all those tools. I glossed over that part. Notice that MCP client node is returning an output for all the function definitions, and our inline prompt node knows how to just let me go back. Our inline prompt node can just reference it as an upstream node output as the functions it has accessible to it. It's pretty neat. Okay, so it retrieved the 30 tools from the MCP server, asked the model what to run. The model said run this get me function, presumably to get authenticated first. And then we got the 30 tools again, asking the model what to do next. And then the model, the next thing the model wanted to do was this. It looks like it wanted to list pull requests, and it it got it wrong because it tried to look for this repo. If this MCP server was better, it would not 404, but just return like a result that would tell the model to try again instead of failing. Early thesis, early failing is good for maybe backend developers, but not good for models. So let me see if I change my prompt, if that will give me something better. So instead of, let me see if I put the exact Vargas Junior Dev project. Let's see if it knows how to search that one. Ooh, list pull request worked. Okay. My exit node, I think I got to the exit node. So let me just fix my exit node really quickly. Exit node, thinking, returning. Okay, let's try this one more time. And I really should have saved this to my clipboard. Vargas Junior-Dev project. Dirty tools, get me, list pull requests. All right, look at that. It says you blah, blah, blah. That's because I just pushed to main on this project. There are no pull requests. It is correct. But yeah, did a full flow of querying MCP server to return tools. Fun stuff.